You're now listening to Unapologetic, the podcast, with your hosts, Chels, Dre, and Reg, discussing any and everything unfiltered.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Unapologetic, the podcast. Your three hosts, Chels, Dre, and Reg. Gotta excuse me.
Throat.
Voice right, yeah. What's good, everybody? How y'all doing today? This lovely afternoon.
Hungry, but good.
Good, man. Tired. Put in some extra time and work over the past week or two. But shit, I'm here, man. Happy to see y'all as always. Ready to get this thing rolling. Everybody look good, feel good. So that's what's important to me.
Y'all are always so positive. I love it.
Are we not supposed to be?
No, you're
I'm just asking. Are we not
you're supposed to be. I'm just
Good.
just saying. I love it.
I like your energy right now.
King.
Birthday girl.
Pre-birthday.
Yeah, but hey, still, I mean, you can party all week, all month, right?
Yeah.
I don't do that.
So you partying all week then?
Weekend.
Weekend. We ain't hit the weekend yet, but I still feel like it's your birthday though.
Happy birthday. Happy
Thank you,
birthday.
guys.
Yeah.
Mad excited.
So it's tomorrow, right?
Tomorrow.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yay.
Uh-huh.
Well, when this is released, it'll have been yesterday.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Friday.
You'll be at Camp Crystal Lake, right?
Yep. Yep. It's exactly where I'd be. Minus like the murder and shit. Hopefully.
Hopefully. Prayerfully.
Yeah. Prayerfully.
Yeah, absolutely. Prayerfully. Well, what's good though? What's up? Nothing? Nothing new?
Hungry.
Hungry?
Hungry.
Yeah, you fucking whatever that is up.
About to chill. I'm about to chill in like 2 more bites. I'm done.
Yeah.
See? Dropping shit out my mouth.
Yeah, all right. Well, glad to be back here with y'all. Not sure if y'all watched the debacle on Tuesday between our commander-in-chief and hopefully our incoming commander-in-chief.
Listen.
Yeah, I caught it.
I watched all 90 minutes of it.
Mm-hmm.
Some of the worst shit I've ever witnessed in my entire life. It was just so bad. Because I think I texted you, Reg, and were you planning on watching it in the beginning?
Actually, I wasn't. You're right. I wasn't.
So you're welcome. But I mean, you clearly missed it. It was a shit show from literal beginning to end.
Mm-hmm.
It was awful. It was just like yelling. It's like 2 old ass white men yelling at each other.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I tuned in.
Obviously more Trump than Biden.
Right.
He tried to keep some sort of class and some sort of couth and composure. But Trump, that nigga came out balls to the wall.
Right. Well, Biden didn't have an option anyway. He didn't have an option. I mean, it's either lay down and get walked over or speak up.
Yeah. And
I
think with him, it's damned if you do, damned if you don't.
Right. So DT, because I don't say his name, but DT is very, very combative.
Absolutely.
Very combative. Yes. Like he will never take the time to listen to what you have to say and then say what he has to say. He's going to try to overtalk you, and that's exactly what he did that whole 90 minutes, basically, even with the moderator.
Who had no control.
Yeah, it's like he started debating the moderator.
And I mean, I fought the moderator a little bit, but when you have a personality like Trump, it could have been anybody in that space. And that nigga would have did what he did just because that is who he is. That's how he's always been. I guess that's how he feels like he controls the room. He commands the attention, is fucking yelling and over talking people and being disrespectful. It was awful, bro. It was very hard to watch. I watched the whole thing. But damn, I was like, yo, what the fuck is this? Is this a presidential debate? Like, what the fuck am I watching right now?
I watched the whole thing too, and actually I can't fault the moderator because he was actually being a moderator and doing what he was like. Excuse me,
He was
but
like laughing.
but you
He
can't
allowed
you
he
can't
allowed more
stop.
shit to slide with Trump in the beginning than he did with Biden because Chris Wallace, he is a Fox News kind of
Right.
analyst, so obviously
They should have gave him the opportunity or the ability to cut a mic off.
they've implemented rules for the next debate. First of all, nigga, no more. Like we good. One and done with y'all two. Like there is nothing else we need to hear.
I mean, the thing for me is, it was a bunch of shaming going on, a bunch of, and that's in any debate, it's
Right.
going to happen. But the amount that went on last night was nuts. And I'll be honest, going into it, I mean, we all knew how the president was going to act. We knew what he was going to do. We knew he was going to try to bully Joe Biden in a sense. I think for me, it was just how Joe Biden was going to respond. And to be honest with you, I wasn't impressed at all. For you to want to be the next leader of the free world, if you will, I mean, you got to stand up against the heavyweights. And, that's what Donald Trump is in the scheme of things, whether we like it or not. And
what kind of response did you expect from Joe Biden?
I think more so of just going toe to toe with him. I mean, there's plenty of facts out there with floating around about the president, but yet and still, I walked away saying President Trump did a great job, unfortunately, of pointing out the bad in Joe Biden. Why wasn't it reciprocated? That's what I.
So when you mean toe to toe, so when Trump said something that's not fact based,
right?
Did you expect Joe to kind of do this? Like, what do you mean when you?
I don't know about not being fact based.
Because most of what Trump said was not fact based.
Right. Agreed. However, whether it's fact based or not, if Chelsea and Dre are sitting in a debate, and I say something in reference to you that's not fact based, you're going to combat it, I think, because of your personality. Maybe that's not Joe Biden's personality.
Well, yeah, on this podcast, I will. But when you're a presidential nominee, Democratic presidential nominee, it's a little different. No, I get what you're saying because in the beginning I felt that way too. But then also I'm glad he didn't stoop to his level.
Like taking the high road. And I thought about that too.
I'm glad he didn't stoop to his level. I'm glad he mostly kept his composure outside of calling that nigga a clown and telling him to shut up.
Right.
But even in that is so minuscule and trivial compared to the crazy shit that Trump has said.
Right.
Like that's kind of okay. Yeah, we tell niggas to shut up all day, every day. It's light work.
So I kind of agree with the analysts when.
And that's what I'm saying.
When basically they said that Trump needed to have an impressive showing. Like they said, neither one of them like impressed them, but it was more or less that DT had to like impress them, showing them, I guess, whatever, because he is the one that's behind.
Right.
Right.
And I guess I want to know if, I mean, honestly, did I'm sure we all three know who we're going to vote for come November, but in your opinion, to the general populace, do you think that Joe Biden helped his case to be the president?
Excuse me. I honestly do not know. So I watched the debates on CNN, right? So prior to the debates even airing, they had 14 undecided voters, and they kind of were polling them. What are you looking for in this debate? Yada yada, all that good shit. So once the debates were done, again, it was such a shit show and such a train wreck. People were still like, I don't know. You had some people who liked what Donald Trump did, surprisingly. I don't know why, but they liked what he did. You had others who initially came in supporting Donald Trump, but based off of Donald Trump's actions, they were leaning toward Joe Biden. So it is completely up in the air. I have literally no idea. I do not understand how you can be undecided at this point. I don't know how you could have watched that and say, all right, based off of that, I'm comfortable in voting for Trump, or even based off of that, I'm comfortable with voting for Biden. Like, it was such a shit show from beginning to end.
Agreed.
Like, Biden did his best to actually talk about issues and kind of where he stood. Trump just yelled the whole time like an angry ass old man. So
I'll say this and then I'm done with it because we're giving this guy too much of our time. But I think with that, Biden was kind of scripted. He knew what he was going to come in and say or come in to do. But it's kind of like, I guess when you're fighting a boxer that's unorthodox, that just comes in there and swing, like your whole game plan changes because DT didn't have a game plan. So when you get in there with this guy that just starts screaming and yelling and you actually have facts and points that you're going to get out, it's like hard to stay on track or the course. Sure. And get whatever else that you have to say out, because this guy is changing the whole like landscape of and everything that you had planned. So that's how I felt about it and what it looked like to me as far as in Biden's approach. I think had it been more civilized, I think he would have hit a lot of major topics and points that he wanted to, or that he probably even practiced.
Right. Yeah. So.
Yeah. I agree.
We'll see. Let me
ask y'all a question, right? So I'm gonna tell y'all a scenario, a topic, and
this is your transition.
Yeah, I'm done talking about this guy. So recently, there were some things that happened, right? I'm not gonna say to me or not, but I need you guys' opinion. What are you doing all that for?
Go ahead, Reg.
All right, so actually, we'll use me as an example.
Oh.
As an example, for sure.
Yeah. All right, so I was on like a group call with some friends, video call, right? Couple guys, couple gals. I'm gonna use that term a lot, gals and gals. All right.
Nothing wrong with that, is it?
Oh, that's fine. That's fine. I didn't correct you. Y'all good.
Okay.
Gotta make sure, right? But anyway, so right, when you're on a video call, we'll say Facebook. Chelsea, you don't have Facebook. Dre, you don't have Facebook, so you don't know. But so, all right, it uses your profile picture when you pause the screen, right? My profile picture is, we'll say, outdated, because I don't change my profile pictures on anything, whether it's IG, Facebook, or whatever else, right?
Okay.
Picture definitely back when I was heavy in the gym all the time, whatever. I didn't have a shirt on.
And this is just an example. You're using yourself, like it's not really you, right?
Let's say it's Reggie.
Okay.
All right.
Right. So I pause the screen and go take care of some business. In the background, I hear, females chattering about the picture.
Women.
I'm sorry, gals.
Gals, yes, gals. There you go. I'm glad
Gals chattering about the picture.
Like the way you say that, gal, man.
Said, so good friend, he's a guy. Couldn't make out what he was saying, but as I was coming back, I heard, don't nobody want to see that shit, blah, 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 change that, this, that, the third.
Referring to your picture?
Yeah.
Okay.
And there was a particular lady.
Your guy is saying it.
Yes.
Okay.
Good homie. Right?
Okay.
So there was a young lady who was like, I want to see it. Don't nobody want to see that? Repeated that again. He don't even look like that no more. Yeah. So I'm like, hold on, what's going on? So I paused, get back on. Hey, what's going on? Young lady, the gal said, no, we was just admiring your picture. Then another one said, I'm not gonna repeat what she said, but she said, I know all about that. We was actually stationed together, and he used to brag about it. Not brag about it, but whatever. Anyway, so
you had to be known that you were in shape and you knew it.
So the other lady's like, go ahead and pause the screen again so I can see that picture. Said homeboy repeated that like Nah, nobody want to see that. Nobody want to see that no more. So I'm looking, I'm confused. Like, what's going on? I guess, can see the look on my face. I'm trying to figure out what's going on. So homeboy said, nah, I got to humble you. So that even threw me back further. I'm like, whoa, what's going on? You got to humble me. Now, you two know me.
Right.
I'm a very humble person. I don't think I've ever bragged about anything around y'all.
Nah, man. I don't think so.
But the opposite of humble is arrogant, right?
That's what they say.
For the most part.
Right. So I don't see where I was being arrogant because Reggie was not talking about himself. It was the specific gals or young ladies that were saying, I want to see that picture again. So if anything, if it was you, Dre, I'm representing my man. I'm like, yeah, that's my nigga right there. This, that, the third. I'm setting you up for the alley. And I'm telling you to talk your shit. It ain't no being humble. I'm telling you to talk your shit. But
if they own you, then shit. If you the pick, then shit. It's on you. The spotlight's on you. Talk your shit.
So that's how I look at it. Me as a friend, a good friend at that, I'm gonna be your cheerleader. If they on you, they on you. And I'm picking you up too.
Right.
Whether I'm in your presence or out of your presence. Yeah. So with all this going on, something else had happened, and I'm still sitting there with the I'm gonna use Kevin Hart's phrase, the I eat ass look on my face. I'm confused. So then I stopped there. I'm like, whoa, what do you mean by this? I gotta keep you humble part. So that phrase was repeated again. Nah, I gotta keep you humble. So I'm thinking to myself, like, when have I not been humble ever? Then one of the women, Reg, you always been humble, whatever. So as that's going down, I got two of the other young ladies that's in this chat messaging me like, yo, what's going on? I thought that was your homeboy. Why he coming at you like that? And some of these women that's in this group are women that we don't even know. So now you kind of doing this in front of women we don't know, telling them you gotta keep me humble.
In front of guests, my nigga.
Yeah, in front of guests, you gotta keep me humble. So then, you know how we are. We start thinking about a whole bunch of other shit, and some other shit replayed in my mind. So, him saying that, I remember then this whole incident went back, in my head. I thought back about, it's probably like 3 or 4 weeks prior. We was on another call, and this woman was looking at Facebook profile pictures, and she was like, Red, you still look like that in your picture? And same guy blurted out, fuck no. That picture old. Before I could even say anything, I didn't even get a chance to speak on it at all. At all. And I'm like, damn, like, I'm shocked. I can't even say nothing at that point. But then I was like, nah, that's an old picture. But I'm like, what the fuck is this nigga doing? I'm thinking in the back of my head, like, what the fuck is this nigga doing? Like, first of all, she asked me. You know what I'm saying? But him just blurting that shit out, I'm like, but then put those two incidents together, I'm like, when they say somebody say enough of something, that's kind of how they feel. Or probably. So I started thinking that shit like, my nigga really shitting on me. Like, that's how this nigga feel. Like, we done had 2 incidents where a woman has questioned me, asked me something about my body, and this nigga's like, like he feels some kind of way about that shit.
Oh, boy, what's your question to us? Because I done heard it.
That's what I'm waiting for. Like, we got
well, I want to walk y'all through this. So,
yeah, I know what time it is.
One more incident, right? Let's say the first incident I told you a week before that, right? We was on a call, same call. There was a young lady that was talking about getting the nipples pierced, and there was another young lady on the call telling her not to do it, how much it hurts. One of the phrases she used, it feels like someone tied some, put a string around a brick and tied it to the ends of your nipples, and that's how it feels. It just feels like you got weights hanging off or whatever else. And I'm like, yo, why you telling her that? Like, you discouraging her for getting that shit done. Like, everybody don't have that experience. I've never heard that analogy before or whatever else. And I kept telling her that, like, don't discourage this young lady from doing that. She was like, well, shit, Reggie, why don't you get yours pierced? Same guy. Shit, he already do. Blurted that shit out. So I'm like, whoa, like, what the fuck is you doing? That's what I'm thinking to myself, like, because that's nobody's business. Like, for you to even, like, blurt that shit out like that. And then, like I said, in front of all these people that we don't know. So as friends, when you guys have friends like that that come at you, what are your thoughts? And how do you handle it?
Go, Dre.
Listen, for me, I'm checking it at the door, man. I don't think I have any friends that people that I call friends that's gonna do that in my face. Nonetheless, do it in front of other people. But if it was to happen to me, I'm checking it at the door. If you're willing to put me on the spot, I'm gonna put you on the spot. And now I'm not gonna put you on the spot. I'm gonna G-check the dog shit out of you. I'm gonna make you feel small. Because there's no room for that. If we partners, like you said, with your partner, you're supposed to throw your partner the alley. If he's the topic of conversation amongst women, why would you try to talk down on him? That's not the goal. The goal is to, if he's the pick, the goal is to make sure that you help. I mean, probably won't need much help if the women, because women like what they like or who they like. But at the same time, man, it's not your job. Or what in your mind goes off and says, yeah, well, I gotta hate on this nigga, or I gotta put an end to this. Jealousy and envy, man. Guess what?
So you see that as hate?
You just, at the end of the day, you just not the pick today. It's all right. You just not the pick. Sit your sorry ass down, lame ass nigga. It's cool. Like, but I mean, I know that's not how, that's not how you're thinking. But at the end of the day, like, that's some whole shit, man. Ain't no room for that. If you gonna be like that, man, stay from around me, dog. Cause you come around me with that shit, I'm ready to throw some hands with you. I'm too old for that. So
got you.
What's the next step? I'm gonna leave that alone. But yeah, that's some whole ass shit, man. Sorry you went through that. Tell the girl to holler at me. I got something for you. Try me like that.
Wow, Dre, relax.
Right. I'm sorry, man, but that's just, but you know, I don't like that. I don't understand. Like from past episodes, I said something when I'm told a story, I try to put myself in other people's shoes and try to think and say, well, why would they do that? Mm-hmm. And here's another example of there's zero reasons for anybody to do that, especially if you're my friend. Now, if you are somebody off the street or somebody that I got smoke with and I know I want smoke and I know I want that issue, then right. Yeah, I'm going to be a grimy nigga and I'm going to say, yeah, that nigga clown, man. Hey, man, forget about him. But if you my guy, my man, mm-hmm. or my homegirl or whatever, you know, why do that? Because it's happened to me too.
Right.
And I ask the same question. Why are you talking down on me, man?
Yeah, and so the main, like I said, the main thing that threw me off was me. So me as a friend, like I said, if me and you are out, Dre, and you step away and the ladies is whispering about you, I'm like, yo, that's my guy right there. Yeah.
I'm giving no look past you.
I'm talking great about you.
I'm talking great about off you. The backboard. Yeah. And
even when you come back, they still chattering about you. My nigga. That's my nigga. I'm talking great about you. But
shit, I'm saying so much that when you come back, I'm gonna say you in, dog. You in there.
You in cut different. What Chelsea? What's the look on your face? Talk to me.
I'm sorry for that.
He's a hater.
Huh?
He's simply a hater. It's like he's putting you down to build himself up in front of women. That's whack. Like, because he clearly sees that you are, I guess, the spotlight. You are what the women are talking about. You are what the women are attracted to and are into. So for whatever reason that's a hit to his ego, or he feels away because he's not in that space, which is fine. Like, you can feel away, but don't put your mans down to kind of build you up. And the thing is, you're not even building yourself up. You just look goofy. You look even worse. Coming at your man, like, you think this is appealing and this is what's attracting the women. Like, oh, that nigga, he don't look like that no more. That nigga, whatever the case is, you just look goofy because, like you said, they were hitting you on the side. Like, yo, what's good with you? Why is he coming at you? So
that's what
I
made
mean,
me feel like I wasn't tripping when.
right. So I think for me, if you my man's, if you my girl, you gonna you gonna alley oop every time.
Every
Not
time.
matter because that's what you're supposed to do. If I know some guys is trying to bag my friend or they're interested in my friend, I'm bigging her up like shit. If I know some women are trying to bag one of y'all, bigging you up. So by the time you do come back, like you said, Dre, you basically in there because I didn't set it up for you. Like you just have to just live up to what I told them, but also
Right.
what it is. It's just hate on his part, and it just sucks because my whole thing is he had to kind of downplay you to kind of make himself look good. So I think that's a lot of internal shit that he got going on. That ain't really got nothing to do with you. You just happen to be that nigga that was getting the attention of these women. And this hasn't happened once. This hasn't happened twice. I'm pretty sure this happened multiple times. And he feels away like that nigga looking at you as competition, which is crazy. If this is really your man's, it's crazy. But I'm like, if my friend does that, I'm like, yo, bitch, what the fuck is you doing?
But I mean,
Like,
where there's anybody, I'm nobody's competition. Like I'm not competing with nobody. Like
what are you doing? I wish one of my
No.
friends would say some wild shit. I'm gonna be like, okay, the thing is like the opposite of what Dre did. So I'm not gonna call you out in that moment. Especially again, this is me being a friend. Me like, okay, if I love you, if you're my sister, we're really friends.
Taking the high road.
What the fuck was that?
Yeah.
You're gonna clear that up right there and then don't do that shit again. If you do it again, I might air your shit out in public. Like I might in that moment. That might be a different story because now you're moving funny. We already had this conversation. You said what you said. I said what I said. And I honestly don't feel like anything if I ask you why did you do that? Honestly, any response you give me, I ain't trying to hear that shit because there is no legitimate, there's no reasonable way or reason that you would operate that way in front of company.
Well, let me ask you this: what if it's the friend that thinks that becomes, let's say, Kevin Hart in front of company? They become the jokester. I got this or that.
You can be a jokester, but not at my expense.
Exactly. So when you ask that question, they be like, "Oh, I was just fucking around. I'm just joking or whatever."
Yeah, my nigga, don't bring me into your jokes. I'm not the butt of this joke. Absolutely. Now, nigga, you want to joke? We could if you want to take it there, my nigga, we could get real quick. Real quick.
Listen. In my experience, dude told me, dude was talking to me and, excuse me, he was talking, he was saying, it wasn't any females around, but
women.
I mean, women. Shit. I'm sorry, Chelsea. Women. Fuck, women. All right. But anyway, so it wasn't any women around, right? It was all dudes, in the group chat. He was like, oh, damn, you done got fat or some shit like that. And I'm like, y'all know me. I'm sitting like 3'2", 30, 40, whatever, something like that. So I'm not fat at all. But I'm like, okay, but once upon a time when you knew me when I was a young boy, I was like 180. All right. At 25, of course. Right. So, and I felt impelled to be like, yo, hey, but the picture that you talk about, let's talk about what's in the picture. Let's talk about what I had on versus what you had on. And it's not about bragging, and I don't brag on myself. I'm just saying, if you're going to take it there, I know you're smart enough. If you my guy, you smart enough to understand and to know that ain't necessary. So if you're going to take it there, you want me to stoop to that level, I can go there with you, but you're going to hurt way more than me. Understand that?
Yeah.
Because it's coming from a real place of, yeah, I'm about to down your ass. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, and you don't ever want it to be that tit for tat. So that's why I think you should nip it in the bud,
especially in front of company. Right, especially in front of company, and especially in front of the opposite sex, because then it looks a certain kind of way.
You just hating.
You
hating. Like you put down your mans to try to big yourself up in front of these women.
And you look goofy.
For you, like you look goofy. If I see a nigga doing that to his mans, I'm looking like you whack.
Well, what are you gonna get out of that?
I didn't take it as that. I just took it as
you don't have to take it as that. That's what it was.
But I'm just saying I was like, I don't know. I had a whole bunch of shit going through but like I said, once I start processing everything, I started thinking about these past situations and things that happened. And I'm like, yo, it seemed like shots been taken, you know,
Niggas been
for
shooting
some
at your
weeks
head
now.
for the longest. You
Yeah,
just ain't
like
peeping.
it felt like shots been, there's been some shots taken for a couple weeks now. So I don't know. I was looking at it like, wow, like my niggas really trying to play me in front of these women, like. But
I'm glad y'all.
like you said, there was, you know, no, there are women that realize that and know it and spot it because it's, you know, two of them was actually messaging me like real time, like, yo, like, what was that? I thought that was your homeboy.
Yeah.
So
You pull a 22 out on me, I'm gonna pull a Draco out on you.
And there
That's
it
how
is.
I think. Shouldn't be like that, but
Straight like that.
come on, man. We grown, man. Relax.
Straight like
Get,
that.
you got no flavor, boy. Non-flavor having ass nigga.
And it is.
So let's do a little relationship talk. Because that seems to be what the people like. Relationship talk.
Y'all talking to people who ain't in well, I don't know about
you. Everybody. You could tell by all our episodes of the most watched shows or even questions we get, is the ones that's heavy relationship, heavy sex.
Right. Well.
But
let's dive in.
girls.
Yeah. Well, why me first?
Why you? Ladies first, right?
Sure, go for it.
Yeah. Let's do that. Could you see yourself staying with someone that cheated on you?
Yeah. It depends. So it's not just a flat out like a nigga ain't gonna be able to do whatever and then just me stay. I think. Ooh, y'all probably not gonna like to hear this, ladies.
Shit, I'm with all that.
The ladies not gonna like to hear this.
I don't know, and hopefully some of them will be able to admit it. But I think for me, it's the offense of the cheating, I suppose.
See, I was gonna get into that.
I know, and that's why
I want to hear this.
I know. So I think it ultimately depends on the man and his character and how much I know him or who I know him to be. Because despite how I may feel in that moment, people make mistakes, right? People do dumb shit. It happens.
I'm glad you said that.
People do dumb shit. Like temptation is real, and that's not just for men. This is for women too. We get tempted just as much as men. Right. But I think
lapse in judgment.
Absolutely, lapse in judgment.
Got you.
Other factors that play a part into kind of how you decide how to move in that situation. Ideally, you would hope that your partner would be smarter in that moment, but we are human. We make mistakes. This ain't just men, it's women too. So I think it depends on the character of the man that I'm with. I'm clearly with him because I love him and I believe he is a man of character and standard of and integrity, or else I would not be with him. But it also depends on kind of what he does to try to get back right. If you have a nigga who's just like, damn, babe, I cheated, my bad, and kind of keeps doing the same thing, or keeps moving in a way where he doesn't seem apologetic. He keeps moving in a way where he's not trying to build your trust back up. Because a lot of men will hear the I forgive you and then think like that's license to keep being a fuck nigga and kind of keep moving how you do. And that like you have to very much show and prove. You have to, if this is what you want, you have to work toward it. There are things that you're going to have to do that are uncomfortable, like conversations. You niggas don't like to have conversations and being open and honest, but those are things that we're going to have to do. And if you truly want me, if you truly value this relationship and want to save this relationship, those are things that you're going to have to do to make me, because it's ultimately about me. You the one that fucked up. So it's about me and you making me feel secure in you and believing you to be the man that you claim you are. And I don't want to keep talking because I want to let y'all go.
Right. So, you said that, okay, with those things being said, is there certain things that you cannot forgive, far as in this guy cheating?
You go out and have a baby by another bitch, you dead. Like you can't, I got nothing for you.
That's fair.
Unprotected sex? Did he
Oh,
kiss her in the mouth?
So
I mean,
the sex part is tricky. The unprotected sex part is extremely tricky because it's like, damn, you're not only putting yourself at risk, you're putting me at risk. So it's
okay. So
that's a hard pill to swallow, and that's a hard one to forgive. That's gonna take a lot of conversations and a lot of reassurance.
so there are variables. So
no, there are definitely variables. But for me, it is ultimately, if I decide to forgive you, that's on me. But in return, you need to do what you need to do, or you need to figure out what it is that you need to do to kind of to rebuild. Just me, my forgiveness ain't it. And I feel like a lot of men think that as soon as a woman forgives them, or a woman does whatever, they think like, okay, I'm in the clear. No, it's not. Like, your actions have to show that you are indeed sorry and apologetic for what you did. And these are the steps that you're taking to do better. All right. Your actions have to speak a lot louder than your fucking words.
Do you ask, like, do you want to know those questions? Like, what did y'all do? Did you eat her pussy? Did you blah, blah, blah? Did you kiss her in the mouth?
So here's the thing. If you fucked, you fuck. I don't need to know if if
you don't want specifics.
I don't need to know if she licked your ass, sucked your balls. Like, none of that means anything to me. The fact is that you had sex with somebody outside of our relationship. It wasn't me you was fucking. So, and the degree in which you did it matters not to me.
Okay, so you don't care about, and I'm asking about the specifics because
no.
Once upon a time in my lifetime, I'd have cheated, and I had those questions.
I feel like the specifics just make it hurt more. It's just like you're pushing the fucking dagger into your heart further.
Right, for sure.
That's what it feels like.
Dre, can you see yourself stand with a woman that has stepped out on you?
I think for me, it depends on how far along we are and how I view that woman. If I view her enough, like Chelsea said, if I view her enough to actually say I love her and actually mean it, she stepped out on me, it would be tough. It'd be a hard pill to swallow. But I think I would be able to work through it. It's going to take some time for me to get over it, but I think I'll be able to work through it because at this point in time, man, if somebody is for you and you know they're for you, nobody's perfect. You understand what I'm saying? Ain't nobody perfect. I know I ain't perfect. So, and it's been times where I've been in a relationship and I had to think about it. Somebody done took me back after I done stepped out.
Right.
And so that's what I think about. But again, just like I do any other time, I'm gonna tell you about, today's Dre. 25-year-old Dre would have been like, bitch, you a hoe, hell no, you done gave my cookie up, my honey bun, bitch, you nasty, yada, yada, yada. We done, men go through that. However, today, man, life is short, man. So you better get the one that's for you and hold on to them with good, bad, and ugly.
So are there any variables? Anything that might make you reconsider not?
Yeah.
Thinking hard, my guy.
I think I'm like Chelsea, and the whole pregnancy thing, baby thing. I think that would probably be a deal breaker for me. But you know what else would be a deal breaker for me? Honestly, though,
what you gonna say? Go ahead.
Talking down on my name.
Oh, okay.
Talking down on my name.
I can go.
Yeah, that's dead.
For sure. Talking down on my name. You know what I mean?
I can go with that.
Yeah. What you thought I was gonna say, Rick?
If it was somebody maybe somebody close to you.
Hey, somebody close to me?
Yeah, or somebody yeah. That you have some kind of relationship with. Like,
so if she cheated with somebody you knew that's close to you, if that's the deal breaker, like if it was if your woman cheated with your man's,
let's say it wasn't or man, it could be a close friend or somebody that you are cordial with, not necessarily like
have been around with your woman,
or a motherfucker that she bought around you.
Oh, our friend, the one that we always say you don't have to worry about.
Yeah, maybe your work boo.
Yeah, the one that you say you ain't got to worry about.
I don't have those.
Listen, the one that you ain't got to worry about, dog. The one that that said that you ain't got to worry about.
Worry about them.
You should always worry about them. Is that what you said?
Yeah, that's what she said. Always worry about that nigga.
I'm with you. I believe.
Oh man, today I would like to think that I'm mature enough to not be like, nah, you cheated, it's over, it's a wrap, blah blah blah, whatever else. I want to be able to value what I have with somebody, and if and be able to look at it as if, okay, shit happens. Let me think about how I would feel if it was me. Would I want this opportunity back or whatever else? And how do I feel about this woman? But something in me says I probably wouldn't take this lady back.
You did say that. Yep.
But the mature side of me wants to think I can. I don't know if it's pride, ego, or whatever else. It's definitely going to take a lot of soul searching, a lot of talking to God and everything else in order for me to, I guess, make the decision, I guess, that I feel like is right for me. With the variables, definitely the pregnancy thing. If it's somebody that I know that somebody that smiles in my face or whatever else, that's a no-go. That nigga that comes over to the barbecues, that's your work friend. Yeah, nah, you done had this nigga in my house, eat my food, in my face, smiling. Nah, saying he fall in the same boat as with my homeboys. He ain't my homeboy, but he know the deal.
Yeah.
And he don't respect me enough to not, do that shit.
No fuck about you, man.
Nah, he don't. But so for the most part, nobody does. Like if somebody wants something, they want something. They gonna go after it. And all they need is I guess the right opportunity and the right, I guess, signs. So whether it's a man or a woman that is given those signs or opportunities, like this guy might let's say Chelsea's married, and this guy really wants her, but he's not going to go out the way to say anything to her or whatever else. But if he feels like he's getting, these little signs here and there that supports how he feels or what he wants, then he might say something to her, in hopes to, think that something going to happen, and he may know her husband.
Yeah.
So one thing about this cheating conversation that I thought about as you guys were talking, so it's okay, you forgive someone for cheating, cool. You decide to move forward, cool. But I think one thing that both sides tend to forget is, so for the person who was offended, so for the person who was cheated on, if I say that I forgive you, I have to move in a manner that is forgiving. Right. I cannot say that I forgave you, but then still every nigga you came home 5 minutes late, you would a bitch, or everything that you do, it's triggering, which can happen. But the thing is, I cannot keep holding that over your head.
Absolutely.
If I say I forgive you, then I really have to truly work toward forgiveness. And that's obviously it's a partnership, but I cannot continue to hold that over your head, because it's very much damned if you do, damned if you don't. Like I'm not allowing you to operate in the space of forgiveness and to really show me that you're trying to work to be better if everything you do, nigga, you cheating, you doing this, you doing that. But also on the flip side, as the offender, and I'm not saying, boy, in my case, it would be a man, you have to understand that triggers will happen.
Right. So I want to add on to that, because and I'll use, I guess, me like you use you, because I deal with women, you deal with men. So I think for us as men, we have to realize that it takes time.
Yes.
Like we can't we can't be forgiven and then the next day like, hey, baby, let's go out to the
It's
movie.
back to normal. No, nigga, get out my face.
Dinner.
I don't
Like,
want to go nowhere with you.
nah, everything is not back to normal.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But I think, and I dealt with a woman that was like that, and I mean, I could leave the ketchup top off the jar, and you was thinking about that bitch. I know that's why. You know, every time something happened, is because I was thinking about that bitch, or because you cheated on me. You left the juice on the counter. Yeah, you probably had some bitch on your mind or something. Like, nah, nigga. Like, but yeah, I agree with you.
Yeah, it is like that healing process is very much twofold.
Right.
Nigga, you know, everything you do, I'm gonna question it.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So it's up to you. Number one, for me, I would have to get into a space where, okay, if you say you forgive. What does forgiveness truly mean? Like understanding and really coming to terms with what forgiveness truly means, and then kind of moving forward that way.
Mm-hmm.
But then on the offender side, you need to understand you fucked up, right? So you need to do whatever it is you need to do to make sure I'm reassured. So I don't want to have to clock you, but maybe before you didn't always tell me where you were, but text me, hey babe, I'm headed to so-and-so, I'll be home. Like just doing kind of small things to kind of show me that you're trying to be better. You're trying to do better. I'm not clocking your ass. I don't want you to constantly tell me your every movement, but I need you to make me feel as if though, number one, you give a shit and that me staying isn't in vain. Because it is very much, nigga, don't have me looking stupid.
Right.
These streets.
Right.
Don't fucking have me out here looking stupid. Because then I'm about to punch you in your fucking face. So
I think we have to be, and as men and women, you have to be in that you have to be ready to forgive. You have to understand, and you have to be right with yourself first before you even try to forgive and move on with this person, because you can't repair your feelings and your heart and still try to be what this person needs or wants or whatever else in this relationship, because I think that is it's counterproductive. It's very counterproductive. I think, just in the sense of you trying to forgive and move on, but you haven't really forgiven yet.
Well, yeah, if I haven't truly forgiven you, but we'll be talking.
And you're not right with yourself. But yeah, anyway.
Yeah.
So even so within cheating and everything like that. So once that happens and the forgiveness is given, then at times there are ultimatums given. Like you need to call this girl or call this woman and let her know that look at my nigga face. Oh my God. You need to call this woman or call this girl or let her know that da 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 da, or how do y'all feel about these ultimatums? Well, so for that, I'm not gonna comment on that. Dre, how do you feel about that?
The ultimatums, man. I don't know why or what that's going to prove. I mean, it's not going to prove much of anything. That's not for the benefit. When it comes down to the ultimatums, it's never for the benefit of said woman. It's always to, in my opinion, it's always to belittle or shut down woman B.
That's a good point.
That's what I think. And so for that, it's like, how are you, I can't get jiggy with it. And then I think about it, if the shoe was on the other foot, would said woman do it for me if I asked her to do it? Women ain't. Some women going out like that, but most women ain't. Most women coming up with some excuse as to why they're not doing it, or I'm not stooping to this level, or I'm not doing this and doing that. And they think that it works, but if they think that is the stuff that they're running, they think it works, but all that is you telling me to do something that you won't do yourself. So that crap, I've been guilty, and I'm gonna say guilty because, while I've been guilty of having to do that when I haven't been right within a relationship. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? I have. So, and it wasn't right for me to do that because I didn't think about the other person. I'm just worried about bigging up my lady at the time, whatever. But belittling this said woman be in the process. Now I don't think that's cool. If you win, you win. So what's the point of going that extra mile and doing all that? But everybody's different, you know what I'm saying? But I don't see no point in all that.
So if let's say it was you,
Yeah,
and you're telling your lady,
yeah,
hey, Nick, listen, you need to get on the phone
all good.
and tell him not to call you no more. You got
Listen,
you in love with your husband or
yeah,
your man.
yeah.
Do you think that's giving you some kind of sense of security by her doing
No,
that and him?
that ain't doing nothing for me. Because you want me to tell you what? A nigga don't give a damn. A nigga play the role that he need to play the role of until it's time to hit that pussy.
Mhm.
Let's just be honest about it. That's what he gonna do. He gonna do whatever, whether he know you got a woman or whether he know that woman has a man or not. He gonna play whatever role he got to play to get whatever it is he got to get or what he want to get when it's time to get it.
Okay.
So a dude telling me, like, at the end of the day, if I think what I think or I know what I know or whatever the case, it ain't no point in me telling you to call dude and ask him or talk to dude and do this and do that, because you can do it. Men are hip. Men, you know, we hip. We don't. A lot of men don't care about none of that, so they're gonna play along. Just like some women that play along. So that's irrelevant.
Mhm.
At the end of the day, all you got to do is later on when you by yourself say, "Hey, man, you know I had to do that for partner, stroke his ego." Anyway, back to you, and the shit keep on rolling. That's how motherfuckers is, dog. I ain't trying to. Come on, man.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
You're mighty
Yeah,
quiet,
right.
my dear. How do you feel about
I
ultimate?
was letting y'all get your shit off.
I got my shit off. Fuck out of here.
I'm not a fan of ultimatums. I feel like it's just kind of a forced decision without much thinking into it, just to appease the other party, and it's not genuine. So I think when, like, say for instance, I'm with the guy, it's kind of like you stop talking to her or you lose me. He may not really want to stop talking to her, right? But he also doesn't want to lose me. So he's gonna say, okay, I'll stop talking to her so he can keep me. But the root of the issue ain't been solved. I just presented this nigga with two options, and he picked door A, which was me, to appease me, to make me feel good, and that's a temporary satisfaction for me because he selected what I wanted him to. He picked me. So in the moment that makes me feel good, but it doesn't get to the root of the issue. She's still here. He just put me in that moment. She's still here. He hasn't resolved whatever is going on in this space or whatever feelings he's dealing with over there. He just kind of was presented with something. It was like, damn, all right, I gotta kind of pick and choose. And very seldom are you going to pick the opposite of what you're presented with or what's in your face. So if I'm saying, Reggie, you need to pick me or that bitch, 9 times out of 10, you're gonna pick me because I'm in your face. I'm telling you this. And men don't like to hurt women's feelings. You like to tiptoe around. You don't want confrontation. So you're gonna pick me. Yet you're texting her later that day. You feel me? So I'm not a fan of ultimatums. It is very much of you do what you feel is best for you. Yeah. And if that ain't me, nigga, let me go. Let me go.
All right. So,
but if it is me, let's figure this out. Cool. If that's what I ultimately want to do, I might not give your ass an ultimatum. I'm like, all right, well, fuck you, nigga, bye.
All right, so, Dre, have you, for lack of better words, been the side nigga before, or been involved with somebody that was actually with somebody, and you knew that?
Okay.
You have?
Have you?
You asked me, have I done it? Yeah.
How about you?
Yes.
All right. So we have all been, I guess, say the fallback plan, for lack of better words. So
a side piece. Yeah.
I think side piece, we'll use that. So I think it's fair to say that we've played that game before where that person has texted you before. You got a text and you didn't know whether it was from that person or from who they was involved with that said, hey, such and such is tripping, or my wife is going to call you, or my boyfriend's going to call you, and I need you to da. You was like, what you talking about? We don't do nothing. You know what I'm saying? So
Play
I
the
think
role.
that's a major part in it too. Like, far as in the ultimatum, when you get that phone call and they're calling you and talking to you, like, listen, I don't know what you're talking about.
That calling shit
Play that
means
role.
nothing.
That's what I just said.
Right.
It don't mean
Dre
nothing.
said
It don't
that.
mean
That means nothing because if
Absolutely.
she's knowingly the side chick, she know her role. She know what she's supposed to do. He knows his role. So when the wife hits me and asks, like, are you dealing with my husband? Are you dealing with who? Nah, I don't know that. Yeah, because that was the agreement with me and your nigga. Like, this is what we agreed, or
Right.
you know, that woman, that was the agreement. So again, it is a temporary and very voidless kind of expectation. That means literally nothing.
It doesn't. And basically that's something that you for.
But I think in that moment, because you're so hurt, you just want something to validate your space with this person, your relationship with this person. So if that, like, if again, it's kind of tearing that person down to build you up. Yeah, I want him to call her and dead her, like you said, Dre.
So basically, it's a temporary blanket of security.
I'm the main bitch. Well, I mean, you might live with him, but baby.
So basically, it's a temporary blanket of security, basically.
Basically, yeah.
All right, so
I'm sorry.
These are spaces I've been in my life before.
Yeah, for sure.
Absolutely. I think we all have.
When
So
I call in the same thing, I've been there. I've been there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So with that being said, we all have been in relationships. We all are, for the most part, single-ish, or however you want to phrase it.
Same for me.
But so we're gonna leave our partners, past partners, for our entire life out of the equation.
Okay.
Are you guys mature enough to have some kind of self accountability for the reason why the relationship that you have been in are not or have not worked?
Absolutely.
Fuck yeah.
Absolutely. Nigga, I used to be trash. What? Are you kidding me?
So you're not running around making posts like
Dre, I'm Dre. Well, both you niggas know. Y'all know I'm not posting goofy shit like that.
You're not saying asking God or asking God if are there any more husbands left, or all niggas are trash. So that's not your mantra, your philosophy.
Nah, a lot of y'all are trash, but it's not all y'all. And I can honestly say that past relationships have failed because of my bullshit. It's not always the guy. Like, you have to be some self-absorbed asshole to believe that every single relationship you've been in has always been at the fault of the other person. Like, you have to take an inward look. You like doing the same thing over and over again and expecting the same, like, you're crazy. You have to take an inward look and say, okay, well, damn, if I've been in 8 relationships and all of them have failed, and I'm saying that they're all him,
common denominator is you, baby.
Let me kind of take a step back and really look at myself. And anybody who doesn't do that, you're setting yourself up for failure. You're never going to be in anything successful because you have to hold yourself accountable. You have to be able to look in the mirror and realize that these traits and these characteristics and these issues you bring into the relationship, which ultimately cause it to cause its demise. And anybody that does that, they're not willing to hold themselves accountable within the relationship, and they're not willing to change. So if you're not willing to change, you won't get the same shit over and over again, and then be looking at God like, well, why can't I find a man? Bitch.
So let me ask you this quick question. So you as a woman, let's say your last 3-4 relationships that you've been in have ended up with a man cheating on you, right?
Okay.
So what is your how do you hold yourself accountable for what has happened in those last 3 or 4 relationships, even though the relationship may have ended because said guy cheated on you?
So I'm of the belief where, again, so all of this stems from communication, right? If you're in a relationship and I'm not doing a thing, right, or I'm not supporting you or doing whatever it is that you expected me to do as your woman, If you don't communicate that with me and you just go out and do whatever, that's not my fault because I didn't know.
You about to lose some women. They don't want to hear this shit, Chelsea.
I don't give a fuck. Like
they don't want to hear this.
What's the timestamp? Let them know. Like right now is when you want to turn this shit off.
We at an hour right now. They don't want to hear this.
So if there are instances where there are issues, but the lack of communication causes me not to know in every instance, it's like, okay, well, I can't fix what I don't know. Right?
That's real. That's real.
But if I'm presented with the opportunity to fix it or to do something differently and I don't, that's on me. I can't be mad because he said, I want you to be more present in this relationship. I want you to support me more. I want you to do X, Y, and Z. And I didn't take heed to that, or I didn't listen to that, and I didn't support him in those ways. And then he stepped out and found somebody who could. I can't be mad at that because if the shoe, if the shoe on the other foot, I say, hey, I need you to be supportive. I need you to listen more. I need you to do X, Y, and Z. And then you don't. You can't. When Charles come through and he's listening, he's doing X, Y, and Z. Like how you mad? Because I asked you this. That communication was had. That conversation was had. We were very clear on what the expectations were. I was very clear on what I needed from you.
Right.
And you did not give me that. Therefore, my work husband did. So, and I don't have a work husband because I work with all women.
Man, I think for me, self accountability is important in failed relationships or relationships. Period. And my failed relationships, while it might have been something, and it's kind of funny. It was not funny at all, actually, but it's to be honest. In my past relationships, the first thing off rip, you're gonna think if something fails, you're gonna say, well, this shit happened because we ain't together no more because she did this, that.
It's easier it's easier to blame somebody else.
Place blame or elsewhere.
Right. Gotcha.
Off rip. But a wise man told me, one of my old partners, man, he told me the thing about it is when you're alone in that bed at night and you sit back, you think about those things, you talking to them walls, the walls ain't gonna talk back to you. So you're forced to self-reflect, and self-accountability is everything, especially for me, because I know I done fucked some shit. You understand what I'm saying? And but it now it's to the point now where I really want to, now taking a conscious effort to be better each and every time, man. But you gotta look yourself in the mirror. What Lauryn Hill say, how you gonna win if you ain't right within?
There it is.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You got to, man. You got to take that. You got to ask yourself those hard questions.
Yeah.
To get better, self accountability. You better have it, boy. Stop lying to yourself, boy.
Yeah.
I think it comes with age for a lot of us. Because I think at one point in time I was not, willing to admit my wrongdoings or whatever else, or I could always find it was easier for me to point the finger at somebody else. Oh, well, this happened because of this, or this happened because of that. But I mean, I think a lot, these days about past relationships, and I definitely find a lot of wrong that I've done in those times and instances, and sometimes I wonder how would things be if I could go back and change the way I've done it, and I just think, I don't know, I think that's a mature Reg thinking about that, and I think I asked this question because I see a lot of people online always talking about niggas ain't shit, or the opposite of it, bitches ain't shit, or whatever else, and it's never any self-accountability. Never, or
right.
Jesus, if there ain't no more husbands left, just let me know.
Just tell me.
Yeah, whatever. No. There's plenty of good men on this earth. There's plenty of good women on this earth. It all is dependent on what you want and what you want to do. And then you also have to, like we're saying, I guess, be accountable of yourself and your toxic traits.
Which we talked about in a few episodes about toxic traits.
Yeah.
Toxic traits.
But
Boy, did I get it here.
Chelsea, one of your homegirls actually inboxed a question. And she wanted to know, do me and Dre prefer traditionally feminine women? And honestly, I need a little more clarification on that. So it being your homegirl, can you clarify a little more?
So I'm clear on this question because she presented it to the thingy, but also we talked about it. So essentially, she wanted to know sort of when men. So typically, there's this like the traditional feminine woman, the woman that's wearing heels and wearing makeup and is extremely submissive and kind of just goes with the flow when it comes to a man. Is that your preference, or do you desire, or do you prefer a woman who is a bit more independent, who is a bit more aggressive, who is a bit more outspoken, who is a bit more kind of dominant in the conversation or in the relationship? Kind of, what is your preference? Because men desire different things. A lot of men are very traditional in the sense like they want their woman to be seen and not heard. Other men, they really like strong, powerful women. Some men do not want women that curse a lot. Other men, I don't give a fuck with like, yeah, my nigga curse. Like, so it kind of that in that respect. Obviously every man is different. Every man is not going to feel the same way, but you are men. So tell us what you think.
Hey, you want this one or?
But we both take a stab at it, but I'll go first since I've been talking about everything.
And please believe anything you say will not offend me if I do not fit the mold of woman you're referring to. Because I don't give a fuck.
Listen, you
go for it.
Why she gotta do? Yeah, duh. Why she gotta do?
Anyway, duh. No, but seriously, man. Today, I wanna mix. I want to mix in. I want it to be in between. No, I don't want the woman that's just gonna be quiet and don't say nothing, or that's gonna let me railroad her, because the type of personality that I have, if you let me railroad you, I'm gonna do it. And yeah, so
thank
you know
you
what I'm saying?
admitting that. Yeah.
Come on, man. Like, let's be honest about it. I'm gonna do it. You know what I'm saying? So I need I need a woman.
I need a motherfucker. That's what she's gonna say.
Hey, listen, man. I need a woman. I'm trying to get it together, man, because I got some things going on in my life right now. I'm trying to get right now.
Hey, I'm with you. I support it. I need a woman. Like we said earlier, a true friend is gonna support that, and I support that.
Right, I support it as well. That shit just was funny.
I need a woman that at the end of the day, I need my woman to make sure, she doesn't. No, she's not talking shit all day long. But if I do have a tendency to get beside myself sometimes. So if it gets to that point, I need a woman that's gonna be able to wheel me back in and tell me, hey, my dog, hey, what the fuck you got going on? Relax now. That's what I need. That's what, based on my personality, that's what I need. I don't want the quiet woman. I don't want that. I want a woman that looks good in her. Are we talking about appearance too? Are we talking about appearance?
No, we're talking about appearance too.
Yeah, I want a woman that, if she walks around in sweatpants and a t-shirt, that she is sexy to me, but also too, when she go into that closet or go into that booth and loosen up the tie and come out, that she is tip-top shape and just well-rounded, I guess. Well-rounded woman, a little bit of both, a little bit of sassy, a little bit of classy, a little bit of ratchet, little tablespoon of ratchet. I think we talked about that before. Tablespoon of ratchet. You know what I mean? Put it in the oven, put that motherfucker on 350. You know what I'm saying?
350 is the only temperature that we know. Fucking everything goes on 350.
Put it on 350. That's a safe 350, and see what we come up with. That's what I'm on.
That's the
well-rounded
temperature.
well-rounded woman.
Okay.
Yeah, well-rounded. Reg.
I'm of the same mind frame. I would like as close as possible as well-rounded. I like aggressive at times. And I guess that's with us. With the same thing with me. Like there's a time to be aggressive, there's a time not. So but I will allow her to, I guess dictate when that time is. I don't need her out in the club or the bar ready to fight a motherfucker because, you know what I'm saying? Just because he bumped into her or whatever else, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No.
But let's just say a woman that notices me and I'm, walking this way and I didn't even happen to see her. Someone that's not scared to get your attention or say, hey, excuse me, hey, I'm blah, 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 what's your name? Because a lot of men are scared of that. They find that intimidating, or they find a woman that shoots their shot a little too aggressive, which I
really.
But for the most part, I think I like what I want the feminine woman that dresses and looks the part. But I do want that balance. I'm not a big fan of someone that curse more than me. Ooh. I don't curse a whole lot.
Well, you curse,
but I don't curse a whole lot. But if every other word come out her mouth is a curse word, then if she can't talk to me, we can't have a civilized conversation without her not saying motherfucker or look at this stupid shit or blah blah blah. I'm like, okay, hold on. Hold on. I'm not I feel like I'm talking to my homeboy and not my woman, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, I'm not a big fan of every other curse word or every other 2 or 3 words. Okay. If we can have that conversation without, if we can have some conversation, because everything you don't need a curse. I mean, I understand that. For us, that's a way of expressing ourselves.
Yeah.
But
motherfucker is one of my favorite words.
I like the grab bag. I like to know what I got, but I just don't want that shit to be random as fuck. Like all of a sudden, like she got Tourette's or some shit, and just some whole different shit come out. And next thing you know, you standing next to damn Martin Lawrence back in 2000, and she cursing like he's on Run Tell That or some shit. But yeah, I don't know. I like a grab bag. I don't want the straight feminine to where she's 100% submissive.
Yeah, that submissive shit ain't what's up, man. I'm telling you, because I'm a railroad you, man. I'm gonna run through your ass, man.
Miss Chelsea or Chels. Let's go with Chels.
I mean, nigga, we already here now. The fuck?
What type of woman are you?
I don't know why I'm laughing, why I find this funny. So I am, as you niggas know, I am not timid. I am willing to be submissive to a man that shows me he is worth being submissive to. I want to be submissive to a man that I know that can lead. I'm more than happy to kind of play that role, but not submission where I'm completely in the background. Okay. I will let you lead as a man. However, I'm gonna have some input because the fuck, what you think this is?
Yeah.
It's not just you in this. I am aggressive. I do. What happened?
All the time?
No, not necessarily. Okay. Not necessarily.
So you do know how to take the back.
I know how to turn it on and turn it off for sure. Okay. I am very outspoken. I voice my opinion in spaces. Mm-hmm. Whether you agree or not. If we're having a conversation, my opinion matters just as much as yours, and I'm gonna tell you. And then we kind of find that common ground. But I'm never timid, or I'm never submissive to the point where what you say is law. That's just not how I operate. I have my own opinion. I have my own voice. I have my own viewpoints, and just as much as yours matters, mine does too. I will absolutely shoot my shot. If I see something I like, I'm gonna go for it. I know a lot of men don't like that. A lot of men think like, no, let me chase you. I'm not chasing you. If I see you, I'm a come at you, and if you with it, cool. If you're not, God bless. Have a great day.
And so on the flip side, a lot of women don't think that's a woman's place to say
Yes,
something.
a lot of women do not like. I'm not chasing a man. I'm not going after a man, sis.
Is that necessarily chasing though?
It's not. So for me,
like,
I don't understand. If a man sees something he likes, he approaches it. Why can't a woman do the same thing? I may not approach it as aggressively, or my style of approach may be very different from a man, but I'm gonna make that interest known. Now, whether it's reciprocated or not, that's on him. But I'm gonna make that interest known, and I don't see any issue with it. I'm not chasing you. It is this no different if you walk past if you in the mall or you see some shit online that you like, you click in to learn more about it, right? You click in and get the details and all the other shit. This ain't no different.
Well, so that analogy is
for
crazy
me
because
for me,
some women will say that's I guess but
and then we got to get into, are you presenting yourself in a way that's even approachable? Yeah, you like that nigga across the way, but then you sitting up looking all mean or whatever. So how does he know that he can approach you if you're not putting yourself in a position where it can happen? Listen, I've had this
that too, but that saying is if a man knows what he wants and you shouldn't have to approach him. But like I said, the man he may have had his back turned. You may have came in the room. He didn't notice you.
Like there are so many factors in it.
If God wants this to
okay, well, bitch, be alone. Whatever, girl. I don't care.
Whatever.
And then also, I curse a lot, so it ain't every other word. But if I'm in my shit, I'm a curse. But I can have civil conversations without cursing.
Of course you can. You
Yeah.
I'm just
I'm pretty sure you're not on like telework calls. Dropping the MF all the time.
Of course not, but even in basic conversation, I don't curse all the time. And demographic plays a lot into it. I'm from up north. We curse a lot.
What?
We curse a lot.
Somebody from down south.
Men and women.
Do you curse more than somebody down south? Is there a difference?
It is a difference.
It is.
When I moved up there to Maryland, man, back in the day, I moved to Maryland, and and them girls up there, man, and we was in school, man. I was in school, my senior high school, and I was hearing how them girls were talking. It was intimidating for me. I'm like, why is she saying these things?
We'll go to Atlanta too, though.
That too. The first time I ever heard.
But Atlanta ain't. So the thing about Atlanta, everybody that lives in Atlanta ain't from Atlanta.
Right, you absolutely.
Right.
But that's majority of the South these days too.
Right, like a lot of the bigger cities, you got a lot of transplants. So
right.
The first time I heard a woman or a young lady at that time say, "You trying to come over and fuck or what?" Was when
I mean, listen, let's just get straight to it.
Why not? But why a woman can't say that?
I was 16, sir.
Because it's too upfront. Right? Well, yeah, no, that's a little too much. Like, come on, sit your fast ass down.
Are you coming to fuck or what?
Like, wow, can we watch TV for a little bit?
I don't know now, right?
Yeah, like I changed my mind.
I don't know now. I'm confused.
I don't know.
So, all right, listen, I'm ready to close this out, but I do have one more question.
Always.
Yeah, always. If let's say you was talking to someone, y'all had some kind of
I want to talk about talking because we used it. Not right now. We're gonna do that on another episode. But what the fuck is talking? What's talking? What's dating?
Hey, let's not please. Oh, let's get
I need you to put that on the docket so
another day.
We can come back to that. I got a whole.
Put an asterisk beside it.
Yeah. So I'll go to a simple version of what I'm gonna ask. How do you feel about someone ghosting you and then coming back into the picture? Let's say whether it's week. Well, so I guess there's going to be a difference between the time frame, whether it's weeks or months or whatever else. But how do you feel about someone ghosting you and then coming back like They ain't never
Nothing
went
ever
nowhere or
happened.
nothing happened. Chelsea, you seem very
No, Dre.
by
I
your
want to hear
face.
You
No,
Dre.
no,
don't get
no,
a
no,
nigga
no.
back
We talking
like
to you,
that.
Chelsea. We talking to you,
Shit.
Chelsea, because
I'm a man with pride. You don't do shit like that.
Chelsea,
What?
talk to me.
Hey, yo, my nigga. Son, don't ever ghost me and then come back 3 months later like it's nothing. Like, hey, boo, how you doing? Nigga, fuck off my phone, fam. Like, what you mean?
Hey,
What's good?
listen. What if he was dealing with demons?
No, listen. This it. No, because I'm about to get mad. I'm about to get mad because the same way you hit me just very nonchalant as if nothing happened to say, hey, how you doing? You could have easily been like, hey, I'm going through some stuff right now. That's it. You don't have to explain nothing to me. Like, mode of communication works. Or you have to, just as easily as you text me to come hang out and Netflix and chill. You want to do X, Y, and Z. You could text me like, yo, I'm not in the most appropriate space. I can't do this, whatever. But for you to, like, if we're in the middle of a conversation, right? And then I just stop hearing from you in April. And then you come back in August 2nd, I'm making shit up. August 2nd and be like, hey, boo, what's good? Nigga, you lucky I'm not going to pull up on your dumb ass. Like, the fuck you mean? What's good? Nothing's fuck off my phone is what's good.
Sound like this a little personal.
No, it's not. But it's just
because you gave us a time frame. You was like April.
No.
Yeah, August.
No, I was literally making those dates up, but I'm just trying to give the time frame. Like, you cannot. No, that's disrespectful as shit. And then for you to not acknowledge the wrong that you done and just kind of try to come back like you didn't do it, man.
What if the dick?
Go ahead, Dre.
What if the dick was good?
What?
What if the dick was good?
Man, my fingers work better. Fuck out of here. Go ahead, Dre. Ain't no dick that good. Ain't no dick that good where I'm gonna just tolerate that type of disrespect. And just, like, nah, fuck out of here.
I think for me, it's a little different for me. So depending on how, and this is honest, depending on what the situation was before you ghosted me, or the tone of our relationship, or how, and not saying that we were actually in a relationship, but just relationship as a whole, on how it was. If I could sense that you had some stuff going on, personal issues or whatever, you ghost me or whatever, or something happened and you don't like something that I did or whatever, you ghost me. Okay, when you come back around, I ain't gonna play you out. I'm gonna let you know that I don't fuck with it, and I'm gonna let you know why I think it was wrong, and I'm gonna let you know if I feel like you were wrong. But in order for you to get back in good graces, you might take a little bit. But I ain't gonna just play you out. You know what I mean?
Nah, I'm dead in your ass. Fuck out of here. Like,
I ain't gonna play you out. I ain't gonna play you out.
Nah.
Well, I'm with you. But I think I said this a couple episodes ago. I tend to entertain bullshit that I probably shouldn't.
Yeah.
But I will. As you said, I think I can give it some thought. We all fuck up. We do dumb shit. And I think there are variables that play into, I guess, how I might feel about that. But I don't know. I would like to think that. Well, not like to think. I think I could. Not saying we might be back in the same space that we were before, prior to you ghosting me, but
the reason matters too, man.
Huh?
The reason matters too.
Yeah, the reason matters. But the reason matters too. I can see myself, rocking with it, or at least entertaining or dealing with that situation again on my terms, though. On my terms.
What if you got ghosted? What if a woman ghosted you, but she ghosted you based on some shit she found out about you? And we don't got to go into that. You know what I'm saying?
Right. We don't got to go into
it. But you know what I mean? But at the end of the day, that's possible.
Yeah.
In my younger years in college, that happened to me. In college, when I was in college, that
happened to me. Yeah, it's happened to me plenty. A woman has said, "Oh, I heard you was a dog," or this or that, and I'm like, "Well, damn, that's why we ain't talked. That's why we ain't talked in 2 months." You heard?
Well, I'm talking about back in college. Yeah, back in college, I got caught up. The girl didn't blow up my spot. The girl didn't do none of that. the girl saw me and another woman talking. We were talking outside of the. I won't give any names, but we were talking outside of the woman dorm in North Carolina A&T. Right, we were talking outside the dorm, and I had a young lady that I was talking to that I knew from back in the day. You know, from back middle school years. You know what I mean? My first real puppy love, right? So, and then I had another woman that I grew to love and met. Well, I thought was love that. You know, I met in high school and then we went to college together, right? So, when I was in college, I think I don't know what I did something stupid, messed up, did something dumb, you know, probably whatever. I don't know. But the bottom line is, the girl who came with me to college was there, and I was talking to her, and she did it on purpose. She made me talk to her about what I did in the front of the dorm, right? Mm-hmm. She knew I talked to a woman a girl that was in the dorm. Mm-hmm. So she made me talk in front of these, of every single, right in the middle of it, right? So I saw it clear as day while I'm confessing my love. I saw the young lady look out the window. She was sitting there staring like, never talked to me again. Never didn't put me on blast, didn't do none of that. So, and that's ghosting. She ghosted me.
Yeah, that's ghosting, and she ain't never come back around and be like, hey, like this is different because she wasn't the offender, nigga. You were.
Yeah, but I'm just saying she still ghosted me though.
Well, yeah, I would have ghosted your goofy ass too.
hey, you ain't got to talk about me like that. Now.
I'm just like, whatever.
Ain't never been no goofball.
But
listen. About me, but.
Listen, it's a no for me. It's a strong no for me. You can tell by my facial expressions. Fuck out of here, my nigga.
Yeah.
Communication is a thing. You can text me, speak your piece, and never talk to me again. That is perfectly fine. But to ghost me and then to come back like it's nothing, like even if you ghost me, you give me an explanation, I'm still gonna like look at you crazy. Like you could have told me this then, or you could have said something. To completely go ghost, we too old for that. For me, there is no reason for that.
Right.
And for me, that unacceptable.
To close this out,
I'm sorry.
About us being ghosted. Dre, have you ghosted someone before?
Shit, yeah.
Okay. What about you, Chelsea?
Absolutely.
So we have all done it.
I was trash for doing it then. Like hindsight's 2020. Now that I think about it, I'm like, damn, I could have gave them. You know, I owed them a little bit more than that.
Did you ever show back up? Did you ever pop back up in the scene?
Nah.
For How about you, Dre?
Yeah.
I have before. Listen. I done ghosted and said get the hell on. And I done also ghosted and kind of creep over.
Said that, hey, big head.
Hey, big head. I'm in your city. The fuck?
Yeah.
Hey, big head.
Hey, big head. Yeah.
What's good? Where
yeah.
you been, stranger?
Right. Hey, stranger.
I done been both. Oh, hey, stranger.
And you the reason why she's a stranger. Hey, stranger. I've done it too. All right, guys, listen. We've been here a long time. It's a nice long episode, but I enjoyed the conversation with you guys. I mean, you lose track of time when you're having good conversations with talking. So
right.
That's a given. We try to keep it to a certain time limit, but sometimes, I mean, it's impossible because we'll cut off a good conversation. But I really enjoyed this episode. Again, I don't think there's one episode I haven't enjoyed, honestly.
Me neither.
I do. I do thoroughly enjoy talking to you guys. This is kind of therapeutic in a sense too. You know, I look forward to this every week. Yep. But I mean, you guys got anything to say before we close this out?
No, close this out like you usually do. Dre, do your thing, and then I'd be like what he said.
Don't rush us. It ain't like you got shit to do.
Wow, don't do that.
Like
I need to pack.
Listen, you gotta pack. You should have been packed. Listen, we can close this out, and then you could take. Matter of fact, we're gonna close this out. We should have did this before we close it out, but you can close this out, and we're gonna take a shot. We taking a birthday shot.
I don't.
Yeah.
I gotta go downstairs. You want me to carry
It
my
don't
laptop
matter.
downstairs?
It don't. No. We're gonna do that after we close.
Oh, I'm like, well, I can't do it. Okay.
But anyway, listen.
I'm with it.
Hey guys, listen. Thanks for listening to us. We appreciate it very much. We love it. Love the feedback. Keep hitting us with the questions. We're gonna try to get to them as best as possible. Don't forget to look at all our old episodes if you haven't. Like, subscribe, share, all that good stuff. Dre, you got anything to say?
Man, shout out to the listeners. We appreciate y'all. Thank you for going back in time and on some of our old escapades or sexcapades or whatever you want to call them. We appreciate it.
Yeah.
I appreciate it, and thank you. Shout out to all the boys at home. Love y'all.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to black people, man.
Absolutely. Shout out to black people and much love to them. Hey, black people, we got a big job November 4th. We got a big job. We got to do that. And
is it the 4th or the 3rd?
3rd, 4th, it don't matter.
It does matter. Because if a nigga show up at the polls a day late, then it matters.
No. Starting today until the 4th, we got a big job. So I'm looking up this whole time frame. But the only thing I want to say is before I leave, it is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Listen to everyone that's fighting that battle and that has fought that battle. Listen, I salute you. That is a tough thing.
Big time.
And listen, everybody's in my prayers. I'm sending love out to everybody that is actually fighting that battle. Chelsea.
Hey, why you saying that? Shout out to my cousin who kicked breast cancer in the nuts, man. I love you.
Absolutely.
I won't put your name out there, but you know who you are. I love you.
Absolutely. Chelsea, I know you don't got anything to say, so
I never
we're about
do.
to close this out. Listen, thanks everybody for listening and watching. For those that's on YouTube, listen, we are unapologetic and we are unfiltered. We will see y'all next week. Thank you.
Bye, guys.
Thanks for listening to Unapologetic, the podcast. Don't forget to share, like, and subscribe.